Wrap things up with Scott Levine of First Central State Bank. Scott, great to have you in the studio. It seems like we always wrap up the day with you.
That's right. Yeah. Save the best for last, maybe.
There you go. That's exactly right. So, how was today?
It was good. It was good. Got a lot of things done, and it's a good thing on Friday. We had a retirement reception yesterday for one of our team members, so it was a nice way to go out like that, and so a little more quieter today than it was yesterday.
Yeah, I suppose. First Central State Bank, you guys are what, 9 locations? 7, 9? What do we got?
So we have 6 locations.
Okay, I was right there.
Yeah, so it's 5 different communities, Clinton, DeWitt, Eldridge, LeClaire, and Goose Lake. So it's good for me. I get to be out to different locations. I normally stay in the Clinton and DeWitt area, but I'm able to see people in the Eldridge, LeClaire, and Goose Lake locations as well. So.
Okay, you're, of course, the marketing director?
Yeah. So I do all the marketing for the banks here, and then also lend a hand to Maquoketa State Bank and Onward Bank and Trust, who also are under our Onward Bank Shares umbrella.
You know, it's a family business, which is so amazing. The Tubbs family, basically.
Yeah, so it's a great family business, the Tubbs family, and then we have the Fagerlund family is still also involved too, so that's up in the Maquoketa area. Everything kind of started in the Maquoketa area and has branched out to several locations in eastern Iowa, and it's just a great opportunity to work. You know, as I said, we had a retirement reception yesterday, and all the board of directors were there, and the families were there to celebrate their team members, and just a good opportunity to see them and talk with them, and celebrate. Kind of, they always call it a family. The First Central family or the Onward family. So a great opportunity to work with a great family.
You were telling me it'll be 6 years in October for you at First Central State Bank, marketing director. How many people do you have underneath you, Scott?
Not too many. We have a kind of a marketing team that we work with in the Onward group. So we meet every other week and talk about different things in marketing, and then just kind of work with our banks itself and see what kind of message we can get out to people and coordinate, community banking things, so events and nonprofit work and those kinds of things as well.
Yeah, marketing is kind of a wide umbrella because you're doing the radio shows, you do the commercials, you do print advertising, there's social media, and then, as you pointed out, events.
Right. Yeah. So. The events take up, right now, not as much time, winter time, but always preparing. We have an Easter egg hunt that we do every single year, and Easter's in March, so we're already getting ready for that. And so in the summertime, that takes up a lot of time of different events that we're doing and getting out in the community because, as a community bank, the Tubbs and the Fagerlund family, that's been the big thing since 1967 when they started, was being out in the communities that we serve. And so they push our employees to do that, and that's part of my job too, to get people involved and get out there in the community.
I can't imagine how many employees are there. I mean, with the tellers, the officers, board of directors, not necessarily employees, and people like you.
Right. So we have over 100 in First Central. So I can't speak on the other ones how many they have, but it's there are a lot of people involved, and everybody has their thing that they do, and that's the great thing that I can always tell people at First Central is that we have such a great network of experts because it goes beyond banking. We also have insurance. We also have financial advisors as well, so that we have those companies in our umbrella. So it's a great opportunity that we have a lot of experts in a lot of locations that if maybe I don't know something or maybe I'm not as well versed in those things, I can lean on somebody at a different location in First Central or one of our ancillary businesses or even at a different bank under our umbrella.
You've been a part of our Men's Day, I think, since you started with First Central State Bank. How more comfortable are you now with your position?
Yeah, definitely a lot more comfortable. It is kind of funny today. I dealt with compliance quite a bit. So that was like the biggest thing that, when you jump over to marketing and to banking, you have to work with compliance on marketing messages and those things. So had several revisions that I had to do today. So had a lot of that. So you figure out what you can and can't do, but then you also lean on other people to be like, hey, I don't know all the regulations and different things because there are several in the banking industry. So that's why it's good to have a good team to kind of bounce ideas off. But yeah, definitely a lot more comfortable today with just banking in general. The the First Central does a great job of that. They kind of hire people like, hey, if you're a good person and you want to do good work and are involved in community, we'll kind of teach you the ins and outs of banking, and they've done a great job of that, and I feel a lot more comfortable in that role now.
I want to get back to the compliance because that kind of interests me. I mean, when you write a commercial or you put together an ad or whatever, who do you have to okay it through? Who are these compliance people?
They're in the background, So we have a compliance department. So we have multiple people that fall under that just kind of, they work with everybody from lenders to marketing people of making sure that everybody's doing what they're supposed to be doing in the regulations of banking. It's amazing when you're in banking that if you're not in banking, you probably don't know all these regulations, but there are a lot. And so it's great to have people on staff to be able to help you navigate through that and make sure that you're doing everything that we're supposed to be doing.
So who do you see? I mean, you get a commercial because you do such a great job of writing the commercials. What do you just?
So we send it. So I email it to our compliance officer, and then he'll say yay or nay, and may need to change something here, those kinds of things. A lot of it has to do with if you're putting rates out there or different things. There's certain regulations that you have to mention to make sure that people understand that and understand where you're coming from.
I noticed you guys do a lot for local charities with that grilling for charity at $14,000.
Yeah, so we sent that out. We just completed that project. So that Grilling for Charity has been over a decade that we've done. They started it in Clinton, and then it branched out to all of our several of our branches that we have. And so it's been a great opportunity. It's fun for us because we involve the nonprofit as well. It's not like we just give the money to them. They help us serve the meals. They help us deliver the meals, and then that way they're able to get out to the community as well when they're coming to our establishment, that people can hear from them and hear firsthand stories. So it goes both ways. We're donating the money back to them, but we also are giving them an avenue to be able to get that message out to people.
How do you select the charities? Do you select the charities? Do they come to you? They say, boy, this Grilling for Charity idea is great. Can we get involved?
So yeah, I just got an email the other day from somebody wanting to be involved. So we get a lot of emails and calls of wanting to be involved. So we get a group together in the spring and just kind of go over different nonprofits. Employees also can nominate a nonprofit. We get several of those, and then we just kind of go down the list. It's tough because we only do one per city, and so that's always a difficult choice to be able to make. And but it's a fun time to do. The team really enjoys it and loves doing it.
You guys could be grilling every day.
That's right. Yeah, we could if we could support all the nonprofits. That's right.
Yeah. So I mean, how does that work? I mean, do people they pay for the food?
So we pay for all the food and then all of that different stuff. So then once the food is done, then if you come to it, you would pay us a donation of whatever you want, and then we just give all of the money to that nonprofit. So we house them at our location, and so then people can come to whether it's Lincoln Way in Clinton or DeWitt or Goose Lake or Eldridge, so then we're able to give that check to the nonprofit shortly thereafter, and hopefully help them out a little bit.
Again, visiting with Scott Levine at First Central State Bank. Before we break for the weather, I noticed an ag event coming up next month.
Yeah, so in February, February 28th, we're teaming with Maquoketa State Bank, and we're hosting an ag event. So that is at the Jackson County Fairgrounds that we're doing that. So we have there's a lot of agriculture customers around here and people that, obviously do that for a living. So we like to treat them with lunch and have a speaker. So Chad Hart from Iowa State University Extension will be the speaker. And so it's just a good opportunity for us to say thank you to all the farmers out there and have a some educational opportunity and then a free lunch.
Is that an annual event? Is this something you've done in the past?
We haven't always done it with Maquoketa State Bank, but it just made sense for us that a lot of people in eastern Iowa, they know each other, and that's not too far of a drive for a lot of the people in rural Clinton County. So we wanted to team together because we're all the same team here at Onward, and so we've normally done it just ourselves, but we wanted to do it with Maquoketa State Bank this year.
So is it at the bank bank, or is it going to be at the fairgrounds?
At the fairgrounds.
Okay,
Yep.
which is a kind of a nice venue.
Yeah, and I think that's a new place, a new building they have out there that we're going to utilize. So should be a good time.
Is it hard sometimes to find venues for when you want to do an event for something like this?
Yeah, sometimes it can be. Definitely, a lot of times in the summer we try to always go outdoors, so that helps a lot. But yeah, in the winter months it is difficult sometimes to find some places to house people, especially at First Central. We have over 100 employees that have to get together. It's a lot bigger than just going in the lobby of the bank anymore.
Yeah, you just can't go to the conference room.
Right, exactly.
All right, take a look for the weather right after this.
We are retiring. Riverside Custom Woodworking of Fulton would like to thank you for your continued loyalty and patronage over the years. It has been a pleasure for them to serve and do business with you. Riverside Custom Woodworking would like to inform you that they'll be closing their woodworking shop at the end of February. At this time, they'll no longer be taking orders and will be selling all their showroom displays and many tools and pieces from the shop. For more information on these items, please go to their Facebook page at Riverside Custom Woodworking.
It's time now for the Storm Track 8 weather forecast, brought to you by Frary Lumber.
Happy Friday. We will continue to see a few showers, especially along and north of I-80 through the morning hours. By the afternoon, though, expecting a lot of cloud cover, likely going to continue to see some fog linger around the area. Temperatures today are going to be in the upper 30s. As we head into the overnight hours, we'll continue to stay fairly cloudy. Again, could continue to also see that dense fog linger. Temperatures will be in the low 30s for overnight lows. I'm Storm Track 8 meteorologist Morgan Strackmine.
Currently, we have overcast skies and a temperature of 38 degrees. Winds are out of the northwest at 5 miles per hour. This weather report on KROS has been brought to you by Frary Lumber.
Having adequate kitchen storage is necessary. You also want your cabinets to be functional and attractive. That's what Marilat Kitchen and Bath Cabinets from Frary Lumber in Fulton offers you. Choose from the Marilat Classic, Basics, or Masterpiece collections to fit your design and lifestyle, with the accessories and hardware to give you the customizable options you want. So if you're building or remodeling, visit the showroom today and discover the wide variety of Marilat cabinetry available at Frary Lumber, 912 2nd Street in Fulton.
You deserve more than just a job. You deserve a fulfilling career with higher pay and opportunities to grow. At Eastern Iowa Community Colleges, we believe in your potential, and we're here to help you earn it. Get ready for a hands-on, affordable education in high-demand fields like IT, healthcare, manufacturing, and more. Visit eicc.edu/more. You deserve more. Earn it at Eastern Iowa Community Colleges.
We're visiting now with Scott Levine. We got to get your football picks.
All right, sounds good.
Let's get started. The AFC Championship game, Baltimore, Kansas City.
I'm going to go Baltimore. Tough to pick against Patrick Mahomes, but I'll take Baltimore.
And again, you're from Southwest Iowa, and I thought Kansas City, but no, you're a Minnesota Vikings fan.
So yeah, I'm a big Vikings fan. So I will say, part of me, I grew up a Kansas City Chiefs fans, and then I also went to school in Missouri. So I have a lot of Kansas City Chiefs fans that are friends. I'm in a fantasy football league with a bunch of Kansas City Chiefs fans. They've become a little insufferable. So I'm actually going to go against them, and it's based on basically their fans.
Just because they're making their 6th appearance
Yes.
in the conference championship game.
Yes.
And have won 2 of 3 Super Bowls.
Right.
I could
Yeah.
see that. Where'd you go to school in Missouri?
Northwest Missouri State.
So did I.
There you go. Great school.
Yes. I was there in 1975. Were you there in 75?
I was not there in 1975. No.
Okay, we'll go with that. San Francisco, Detroit.
I would probably like Detroit to win, but I'm an Iowa State fan, so I'll go with Purdy and the Niners.
You know, he is doing so well, and everybody just beats up
Just
on him.
bagging on him. I
I
know.
know
I hope
it.
he proves them wrong here in this
I mean,
game.
he has a relatively bad game, but for the most part, his numbers have been amazing.
Right. Yeah. So I'll root for him.
But, you know, then they always say, well, yeah, look who he's surrounded by.
Yeah.
But then Terry Bradshaw said, well, you know, I won 4 Super Bowls, but I had Franco Harris, John Stallworth, and Lynn Swann.
Right,
So, you know,
right.
I had some pretty good people around me, too. So, who are your picks again?
So Ravens and Niners.
Okay, who do you want in the Super Bowl?
I think the Ravens are playing really well. I'll take the Ravens.
All right, so here's our final tally from our 21 guests who are in today. 8 for San Francisco, 6 for Detroit. You make it 5 for Baltimore. And for those insufferable Chief fans, only 3 of our guests
There you go.
thought they were going to make it 3 out of 4 years. So
Must not have many Chiefs fans out here in Clinton, maybe.
How'd you end up being a Vikings fan? See, I mean, I was a Vikings fan, but
Right. So in
I'm a little closer to Minnesota than you.
Southwest Iowa, the Chiefs would always play on CBS. So the Fox game was an NFC game. So you'd get a smattering of Vikings, Packers, and Bears games because we're kind of the same distance between those. And so the Vikings were good when I was growing up. So a lot of times they were on there. I was not a huge Brett Favre fan, so I did not like the Packers. So Vikings won out.
Okay, there you go. So now, traditionally, your children always usually pick your songs.
That's right.
So
Yes.
what did they come up with this year for you?
So this would probably be more of my youngest son, Talon. So he's a big Mario Brothers fan from the movie. So this song is when Donkey Kong rides his cart. So the Aha song, basically. Take on Me.
Good to have Scott Levine in studio. I do miss your articles when you were with the Clinton Herald with the children, because the articles, I would imagine, now are going to be a lot different from the ones you were writing 6 years ago.
Definitely, yeah. We had somebody actually just came up to me yesterday and said they were asking if I worked at the paper and had asked me how old my children were. So it's a little shocking when you say, well, it is a lot. It's been a big amount of time since I've written those columns.
Yeah. So the youngest one, now in second grade, would have been 1 year.
Yeah,
2
so
years?
he would have been very, very young, so just basically a toddler at that time. And then my my oldest daughter or my oldest child, she's in 8th grade now, so she would have been just in grade school at that time.
Do you miss writing?
Writing I enjoy doing. I get to do a lot of that in my job right now for Central. So, with press releases and social media posts and those kinds of things. So that helps. And then I probably don't miss the hours and, just being away from the family and that kind of stuff.
You do have banking hours now.
That's right.
But the banking business, I mean, to me, it's so intriguing because there's people like you, there's tellers, there's people who loan you money. It's quite a conglomeration.
Yeah, it's quite a group of people that, get together and able to, it's complicated. If you get down to the real nitty gritty, it's pretty complicated stuff. But, at the end of the day, it's, trying to help out people and if they have dreams, whether it's homes or businesses or just their personal finances to help them and help each individual person with their individual needs. So it's a good group. I mean, we work with a good group of people. I know several of the community bankers in town at other banks too. They're good people. There's just a lot of good people in banking.
You bring up, we had Steve Clements and Brady Brunson in from Citizens First Bank. That is a locally owned bank as well. They're going to be celebrating 25 years next year. But yeah, I mean, there are a lot of local ownership in the banks in this area.
Yeah, which is great. You have local decision makers that know what each community is about and what they need, and so. I think that's a great thing to have, especially in a local community, that you have local people making those decisions.
We've had a realtor in as well, so I mean, I'm sure you work with realtors all the time.
Yeah.
Well, you might not, but
no, but I see them a lot, and we work with them. We have obviously mortgage officers as well that work hand in hand with the realtors in town, and just trying to help people. You buying a home, that's a big purchase, so trying to keep people calm through that, that can be laborious at times, and so it's just good to be able to work with local people as well here.
Yeah, and business owners too. I mean, small business owners, they're really dependent upon the local bank.
Right, and good people to work with. The local business around here, they're just good people, and you want to help them a lot, and we have some businesses, they come in and they talk a lot with us, and just things that they're seeing out there and experiencing. So we try to help as much as we possibly can with all the local businesses and business owners in the area.
How do you see 2024? You guys got any big anniversaries coming up or anything like that?
So no, we don't have big anniversaries coming up. So just kind of staying with what we've done. We're big on community and getting out in the community, and so that's what we'll continue to do. And so we're hoping for a good year, and hope people come visit us and stop by, and we'll be there for them.
Always appreciate you coming in. People want to find out more information about the bank. How can they best do that?
Yeah, so they can stop by one of our locations that we mentioned, or go online to www.firstcentralsb.bank, or give us a call. So they can go 563-659-3141, and we'll connect them to a local branch.
Appreciate it. Thanks so much.
All right, thank you.
Hi, this is Margot Hansen. Plan to join me every Saturday morning at 9:15 for the Great Green Garden Show. I'll have the information on how you can have the beautiful lawn and garden you've always wanted.